Imagine the gentle voice of Jesus calling out to you, "Come, follow me." He is the Good Shepherd, and his love for you knows no bounds. As you walk with him, remember the words of Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." These words are more than a promise. They are the foundation of your faith, the assurance that you are never alone. Jesus leads you beside still waters, where the noise of the world fades, and you can hear his voice clearly. In those quiet moments, he restores your soul. When life's burdens weigh you down, when the path ahead seems uncertain, remember that he is guiding you. His rod and his staff, they comfort you. They remind you that even in the darkest valleys, you have nothing to fear, because he is with you. Picture this. You're walking through a valley, shadows all around, but there's a light ahead. It's Jesus, leading you through. He knows your name, your story, your struggles. And he's not just leading you out of the valley. He's walking with you every step of the way. You are not alone, and you never will be. He prepares a table before you, even in the presence of your enemies. Your cup overflows with his blessings. No matter the obstacles you face, he is there, providing for you, anointing your head with oil, marking you as his own. His goodness and mercy follow you all the days of your life, like two loyal companions who never leave your side. Take a deep breath and feel the peace that comes from knowing Jesus is your shepherd. In him, you lack nothing. Every need, every desire of your heart, he knows them all, and he provides in ways that are beyond what you could ever imagine. He calls you to rest in him, to trust in his plan, to let go of your fears and worries. Even in the most challenging moments, when the path is steep and the way forward is unclear, trust that he is guiding you. His hand is on you, leading you to green pastures and still waters, restoring your soul and filling your life with his presence. As you walk through life, remember that you are under the care of the Good Shepherd. Jesus has gone before you, preparing the way, and he walks with you now. You are his, and he will never let you go. Let his love be your strength, his peace your comfort, and his presence your constant guide. So, take that next step with confidence. The Lord is your shepherd, and because of him you shall not want. He is leading you, protecting you, and blessing you abundantly. Keep your eyes on Jesus, and let him lead you into the fullness of life that he has prepared for you. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself standing in a vast, peaceful valley. The air is fresh and crisp, the grass beneath your feet is soft, and the gentle sound of a stream flows nearby. The sky above is clear, and as you take in the scene, you feel an overwhelming sense of peace. This is not just any valley. This is the place where the Good Shepherd leads you, the place where Jesus himself walks by your side. This is the setting of Psalm 23, a place where God's presence is tangible, and his care for you is undeniable. Jesus, the Good Shepherd, looks at you with eyes full of love and compassion. He knows every detail of your life, every joy and every sorrow, every victory and every struggle. He calls out to you by name, inviting you to follow him, to trust him, and to rest in his care. The Lord is my shepherd. The psalm begins, and these words are a declaration of trust, a statement of faith that you are under his watchful eye and protective care. As you walk with Jesus, he leads you to green pastures. These are not just physical places of rest, but spiritual havens where your soul finds peace. The world may be chaotic, filled with noise and distractions, but here in his presence, you find stillness. The green pastures represent his provision. He knows exactly what you need, and he provides it abundantly. Whether it's peace in your heart, strength for the day, or the wisdom to make a tough decision, he ensures you have what you need. He leads you beside quiet waters, where the rush of the world fades away, and you can hear his voice more clearly. Here, your soul is restored, your spirit renewed, and your heart filled with his peace. But life is not always green pastures and still waters. There are times when the path becomes difficult, when shadows loom large, and the way forward seems unclear. Yet even in these moments, the Good Shepherd is with you. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. The psalm continues. The valley of the shadow of death is a place we all must walk through at some point. Times of deep sorrow, fear, uncertainty, and pain. But here's the promise. You don't walk through that valley alone. Jesus is with you, guiding you with his rod and his staff. These tools of the shepherd are not just symbols of guidance. They are symbols of protection and comfort. His rod defends you against the enemy, and his staff pulls you back when you stray. Even in the darkest moments, his presence brings light and hope. As you continue on this journey with Jesus, you come to a place that might surprise you. A table set before you, right in the presence of your enemies. This is not just any table. It is a feast prepared by the Lord himself. The enemies may be many: fear, doubt, anxiety, past failures, and even the opinions of others, but they are powerless to harm you here. The table represents God's provision, his abundance, and his blessing. He anoints your head with oil, signifying his favor and marking you as his own. Your cup overflows with his blessings, not just enough to meet your needs, but more than enough, an abundance that spills over into every area of your life. This is the generosity of God, who not only provides but lavishes his love and grace upon you. Take a moment to reflect on this image, a feast in the presence of your enemies. It's a picture of triumph, a reminder that no matter what challenges you face, God is greater. He doesn't just provide for you, he honors you. He lifts you up in the very place where others might seek to bring you down. Your enemies may surround you, but they are powerless to stop the blessings that God pours into your life. His goodness and mercy follow you, not just occasionally, but all the days of your life. They are like two faithful companions, always with you, ensuring that you never walk alone. Now, consider the final promise of Psalm 23. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This is not just a promise for the future, it's a reality for the here and now. To dwell in the house of the Lord is to live in his presence, to experience his peace, his protection, and his provision every day of your life. It's the assurance that no matter where life takes you, you are always at home with God. His presence is your dwelling place, your refuge, your fortress. You are never outside of his care, never beyond his reach. As you reflect on this psalm, let its truths sink deep into your heart. The Lord is your shepherd. This is your identity, your security, and your assurance. You are cared for by the one who created the heavens and the earth, by the one who holds all things together. His love for you is unwavering. His plans for you are good, and his presence with you is constant. He knows your fears, your doubts, and your worries, and he invites you to bring them all to him. Come to me, Jesus says, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This is the invitation of the Good Shepherd, the promise of peace in the midst of life's storms. In every season of life, whether in joy or sorrow, in abundance or need, you can trust in the Good Shepherd. He leads you with wisdom, cares for you with love, and protects you with power. He knows the way even when you don't, and he is committed to seeing you through to the end. His goodness and mercy are not just following you. They are pursuing you, ensuring that you are always within reach of his grace. So, as you walk through life, whether on mountaintops or in valleys, keep your eyes on Jesus. He is your guide, your protector, and your provider. When the path is smooth, give thanks for his provision. When the way is hard, trust in his presence. And when you don't know what to do, remember that he does. He is the Good Shepherd, and you are his beloved sheep. In the stillness of this moment, feel the peace that comes from knowing that the Lord is your shepherd. He has led you beside still waters and restored your soul. He has walked with you through the darkest valleys and brought you to a place of safety and rest. He has prepared a table for you, anointed you with oil, and filled your cup to overflowing. His goodness and mercy are with you, and you will dwell in his house forever. Take a deep breath and let these truths wash over you. You are loved, you are cared for, and you are never alone. The Lord is your shepherd, and because of him you shall not want. Every need is met in him, every fear is calmed by him, and every step is guided by his hand. Trust in his care, rest in his love, and walk confidently into the future, knowing that the Good Shepherd is always by your side. As you go about your day, remember the words of Psalm 23 and let them be a source of strength and comfort. Let them remind you that no matter what you face, the Lord is with you. He is your shepherd, your protector, your provider, and your friend. He walks with you through every valley, leads you to green pastures, and prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies. His goodness and mercy follow you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in his house forever. So, lift your head, take heart, and walk forward with confidence. The Good Shepherd is with you, guiding you every step of the way. You are never alone, never without hope, and never beyond the reach of his love. The Lord is your shepherd, and because of him you shall not want. His peace, his presence, and his love are yours today and every day. Trust in him, rest in him, and let him lead you into the fullness of life that he has prepared for you. Imagine the scene: a vast, peaceful valley where the sun gently kisses the earth, casting a warm, golden light on everything it touches. The air is fresh and filled with the scent of blooming flowers. As you walk through this valley, you feel a deep sense of calm and assurance, knowing that you are not alone. The Good Shepherd, Jesus, walks beside you, guiding each step with a tender care that only he can provide. The words of Psalm 23 echo softly in your heart. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. These words are not just a statement. They are a declaration of faith, a promise that in Jesus, all your needs are met. When the psalmist says, I shall not want, it's a reminder that with Jesus as your shepherd, you lack nothing. He is your provider, your protector, your guide, and your friend. As you journey through life, there will be times when the path seems unclear, when challenges rise like mountains before you, and when the valleys you walk through seem dark and daunting. But in those moments, remember who walks with you. Jesus, the Good Shepherd, is by your side. He knows the way because he is the way. He doesn't just point you toward the path. He walks it with you, step by step, ensuring that you never journey alone. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. Picture yourself in a place of rest, a place where the troubles of the world cannot reach you. This is what Jesus offers, a refuge, a sanctuary where you can lay down your burdens and find rest for your soul. The green pastures represent his provision, the still waters his peace. In a world that is constantly demanding more of you, Jesus invites you to slow down, to breathe, and to rest in his presence. He knows that life can be overwhelming, that the pressures and demands can drain you, but he also knows exactly what you need to be refreshed and restored. When he leads you beside still waters, he is inviting you into a deeper relationship with him. It's in these quiet, serene moments that you can hear his voice most clearly. In the stillness, away from the noise and chaos, he speaks to your heart, reminding you of his love, his promises, and his faithfulness. He doesn't rush you. He waits patiently, knowing that true restoration takes time. As you drink deeply from these still waters, your soul is rejuvenated, your strength renewed, and your spirit lifted. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Restoration is at the heart of what Jesus offers. He doesn't just patch up the broken pieces. He makes all things new. Whatever you have lost, hope, joy, peace, he is able to restore it fully. His restoration isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about bringing you to a place where you can thrive, where you can live in the fullness of what he has for you. And as he restores you, he leads you in paths of righteousness. These paths are not always easy, but they are the right paths. They are the paths that lead to life, to blessing, to fulfillment. And he leads you on these paths, not for your sake alone, but for his name's sake. He is faithful to guide you because his name is at stake, and he will never fail you. The paths of righteousness may sometimes take you through difficult terrain, but they are always paths of purpose. Every step you take on these paths is a step closer to becoming who he created you to be. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Life will take you through valleys, places where the shadows are long, and the light seems dim. These valleys are often places of trial, of testing, where fear tries to take hold of your heart. But even in the darkest valleys, you have nothing to fear, because Jesus is with you. His presence dispels fear. Where He is, there is light, even in the darkest of places. The valley of the shadow of death is not a place you would choose to go, but sometimes it's the path that lies before you. It's a place where doubts and fears can creep in, where the way forward is obscured, and where you might feel lost or abandoned. But in these moments, remember that Jesus has already walked this path. He has faced the darkness, He has conquered death, and He is with you now. His rod and His staff are symbols of His protection and guidance. The rod defends against the enemy, and the staff guides you back when you start to stray. With these tools, He ensures that you are safe, that you stay on the path, and that you keep moving forward. In the valley, His presence is your comfort. He doesn't promise that you won't face challenges, but He does promise that you won't face them alone. His promise is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of peace in the midst of it. It's a peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that guards your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. In the valley, you learn to lean on Him more, to trust Him deeper, and to rely on His strength rather than your own. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Imagine sitting at a table prepared just for you, a table overflowing with abundance, while your enemies look on, powerless to harm you. This is the picture of God's provision and favor. Even in the midst of opposition, He blesses you. He doesn't just give you enough to get by. He blesses you abundantly, causing your cup to overflow. The table represents communion with Him, a place where you can sit and be nourished, where you can enjoy His presence and receive from His hand. It's a place of honor, where He anoints your head with oil, a sign of His blessing, His approval, and His favor. The oil represents the Holy Spirit, who empowers you, refreshes you, and marks you as God's own. And as your cup overflows, it's not just for you. It's so that you can pour out into the lives of others. His blessings are meant to be shared, to overflow from your life into the lives of those around you. This overflowing cup is a sign of His generosity, His lavish love, and His desire to bless you beyond measure. He doesn't just give you what you need. He gives you more than enough. His provision is always abundant, always more than sufficient. And this abundance is not just material. It's spiritual, emotional, and relational. It's the abundance of His love, His joy, His peace, and His grace. It's the abundance of His presence in your life, filling you to the brim and spilling over into every area of your life. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. As you walk with Jesus, His goodness and mercy are not just trailing behind you. They are actively pursuing you. They are like two faithful companions, ensuring that you are always covered by His love and grace. Goodness represents His blessings, His favor, His provision. Mercy represents His forgiveness, His compassion, His loving kindness. Together, they follow you, surround you, and sustain you. No matter where life takes you, no matter what challenges you face, His goodness and mercy are with you. They are the constant in an ever-changing world. They are the assurance that you are never outside of His care, never beyond His reach. They are the proof that His love for you is relentless, never giving up, never letting go. And this promise is not just for today. It's for all the days of your life. It's a promise that extends into eternity, where you will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This is your eternal home, your place of rest, your place of belonging. It's a place where there is no more pain, no more sorrow, no more fear. It's a place where you are fully known, fully loved, and fully accepted. It's a place where you will be with Jesus forever, in unbroken fellowship, in perfect peace, in endless joy. As you reflect on Psalm 23, let its truths sink deep into your heart. The Lord is your shepherd. This is your identity, your security, your hope. He is the one who leads you, restores you, comforts you, and blesses you. He is the one who walks with you through every valley, who prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies, who anoints you with oil, and who fills your cup to overflowing. He is the one whose goodness and mercy follow you all the days of your life, and who welcomes you into his eternal home. In this journey of life, there will be ups and downs, highs and lows, moments of joy and moments of sorrow. But through it all, you can walk with confidence, knowing that the Good Shepherd is with you. He is leading you, guiding you, and providing for you every step of the way. You are his, and he will never leave you. He will never forsake you. His love for you is unchanging. His faithfulness is unwavering, and his presence is constant. So take a deep breath and let his peace fill your heart. Let his love surround you. Let his presence guide you. Trust him with your every need and rest in the assurance that he is with you. The Lord is your shepherd, and because of him you shall not want. He is leading you to green pastures and still waters, restoring your soul, guiding